Perfect.
All right, everybody, what's going on? And welcome to today's edition of SWAC Talk, the show we cover the SWAC inside and out. I'm your tour guide around the SWAC, C-Wells, coming at you. And as you can see today, we got another episode of our Chopping It Up series. Today, we take a trip over to PV to chop it up with Trazon Connley, the starting QB, and the head of the Panthers offense. We're going to get him in here really shortly. Before we do, got to do the little housekeeping, get all it out of the way. Y'all make sure y'all hit those socials. Facebook is SWAC Talk, Instagram, SWAC Talk, Twitter, SWAC Talk 76. We're making the march to 1K, man. We almost there. We about 32 or 33 subs away from 1,000. So, man, if y'all could hit that subscribe button, man, that'll help us out a lot. Hit that notification bell. And once you subscribe, man, once you hit that join button to become a member, also you can hit that super thanks to show a little love to the show. And now, man, without any further ado, let's get the leader of the Panthers offense, Mr. Trazon Connley, into the show. How are you doing today, man?
Man, I'm good today. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, man. Definitely hanging in there. I had a long day at work, but hey, I get to do what I want, do what I like now. So it's all good. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna start at the very beginning. I like to start at the beginning and make our way forward. When did you start playing football?
I think I started playing football at 3. I was with the DeSoto Hurricanes. I was like a real small kid, but yeah, I started then, and I kind of took a break for a couple of years because I didn't really like football initially. I didn't like it at all because I was playing center at the time. I didn't play a skill position because I was kind of taller than everybody, so they was like, just snap the ball back there and kind of like, just block getting away. So that was easy for me.
So you say you stepped away from it. When did you get back into it?
My dad got me back into football. I want to say around like 10, like 9 or 10. I played with another team when I was. I played with another team when I was in Dallas, but it wasn't really my speed. And I was like, it's okay. I think I stepped away for a year after that. My dad was like, come play for my team. And I was like, okay, I'll try it out. So I was already around the team a whole lot. They was always at the house on the weekends. So it was more like, I'm real cool with these guys. I kind of like them. So we ended up playing. I played on, I believe, the C team, but I ended up getting hurt because I was the only one kind of, making plays and everything at that level. And then my dad moved me up to his team with the guys that I really knew. And then we just took off from that point. It was real easy, real light. It was like seamless.
Mm-hmm. So when did you start playing quarterback?
I started playing quarterback on my dad's team because I was a receiver before that. I was a receiver because, I can catch. I got large hands, so, it's pretty easy to catch the ball. But then my dad was like, man, I'd be out here training you to do quarterback stuff. He was like, just try it out. So when I went out there with his team, we were just in the yard one day throwing and all that stuff. And he was like, bro, you can throw. Just play with us. And I was like, all right. I just gave in. After that, I played quarterback. I think my freshman year I played quarterback at Duncanville. And then my sophomore year I played receiver. And then Jay Nail got hurt. And then I went back to quarterback. And ever since then, I've just been playing quarterback.
So you went to Duncanville?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, that's a school that you don't have to be from Texas to have heard that name, man. That name is synonymous with football. There's guys all over that went there. So I know where you come from now. You can do a little bit of something on the football field. Let's talk a little bit about your time in high school. How was your high school career?
It was actually pretty good. For me starting, I was 20-1 on varsity. So, it was pretty good getting in the flow of everything and being on really good teams. We lost to Allen, 4th round my junior year. And then we lost to Trinity, I believe, 2nd round. And there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of changes and everything, but it was really just me having to mature, just learn a lot of stuff just at the high school level. So, kind of grew up into the person that I am today because I was not this person in high school.
Well, most of us are not. High school is kind of like the springboard to who you are. You kind of start to figure some things out. But I just wanted to touch on something you said. You said y'all went 20-1, and you said that was pretty good. That sounds like that's great.
Not really, because we didn't win state when I was
Oh,
there.
you didn't win state, so I get you on that. I get you on that. It kind of takes a little bit off of it when you don't get that final step. But I just had to point that out. Did you play other sports in high school?
I didn't play any other sports, but I mean, what a lot of people don't know, I'm a hooper. That's really my first sport. I hoop. That's what I love doing. But football, I love doing football too. It's just I kind of grew up around basketball a little bit more with my mom's side of the family.
So on the court, what's your style on the court?
Man, I really pass the ball. Like, I don't want to say I'm flashy or anything, but I'm gonna make sure everybody get the ball. But at the same time, I am a shooter. I'm not missing too many times. I ain't missing too many times, but I'm more of a mid-range type of guy because I watched Kobe a whole lot. My dad,
ball guy myself. I was more of a distributor. I was not a shooter. I was self-check as a shooter. You know what I'm saying? So I was a good passer.
No, like when we go out there and we like hooping or something like that, they don't really want us to hoop. And I'm gonna play it smart. I'm not gonna go up and dunk and everything, but I definitely can dunk. I give you a windmill, if I'm just in open quarter, if I'm just out there. But other than that, I'm pretty much just chilling. I'm gonna shoot this ball. I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna play a little bit defense, but I ain't gonna do too OD because I'm in school for football. Like, this is what I'm doing. Football is my scholarship. Yeah, I'm not about to go ahead and do the most.
Oh yeah, you don't want to, you don't want to ruin a season because you're out there trying to do 360s. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely got to be smart. I mean, they say quarterbacks are smart, so I mean, that's smarter than a lot of people would do. A lot of people like to go out there and try to, just put it all on the line.
Nah, I ain't putting my life on the line for a little basketball right now.
Yeah, I feel you on that. So coming out of a school like Duncanville, man, where, like I said, a lot of guys, they get D1 offers and move on to college. How was your recruitment coming out of high school?
Recruitment was okay. It wasn't just nothing too crazy or nothing like that. I didn't have just super big offers. But I think the only one that I did have in hindsight that I look back on was like Texas Tech. But I kind of got the call after I signed with Prairie. So, I decided to come here because it was more like a family thing. It was more like my uncle came here, but he didn't really survive at PV. His priorities was a little messed up. My grandfather was actually here, but that was a long time ago. And I was like, dang, I want to be the one to come finish it. I want to be the first one to come here and graduate. So I am the first bachelor's level graduate, between my parents and everything. So I feel like I'm more first generation, and then I still have younger siblings. So I still got a younger sister. She's a senior in high school right now. I want to, kind of I want to set the foundation to be like, this is kind of what's expected, come through college and everything. And then my youngest brother, he's smart. I don't know why he's so smart. I don't know what it is, but he real smart. So it's you know what? Just set a level of expectation. Hey, Trey did it, and I'm not even the smartest kid of the group. I'm not even gonna be real. I'm be real. I'm not the smartest one, but they got a little bit more than me. So I'm you know what? Y'all can do it for sure.
Oh yeah, and sometimes being the oldest, you do have to set that example. I'm the youngest out of my siblings. My older sister, she was the first one to graduate college. My dad went to Mississippi Valley for 2 years and didn't finish. My mom didn't go to college, so my sister went to college. Then my middle sister, then me. So yeah, I can understand, setting that example. Letting people know that it's not just high school, it's not the end. You got a lot more you can get to from now going through college. So that's a good mindset, man. So did you come to Prairie View under Coach Dooley?
Yes, that was my first head coach.
All right. So how was it playing for him?
No, it was pretty cool. I actually like his system. sometimes, when players under him, they might look at him and be like, man, this guy kind of crazy. Like, we doing a whole lot. But in the end, it shows results. So it's more like, you know what? It makes you kind of respect him in his own sense because it might be crazy, but it's a method to his madness. So, I mean, shoot, it ain't nothing too bad about Coach Dooley to say it all.
Yeah, he's a guy that you can kind of get a feel for who he is when you talk to him. He got a way to carry himself, and he's gonna be who he is. How does he come? How does Coach McDowell differ from him?
Coach McDowell is really like a change of personalities because Coach McDowell is like really laid back. So it's more like, you know what, the players, y'all playing for each other. Y'all not playing for the coaches or, for a lot of extra things or, outside things. It's like y'all play for each other. So we pretty much let the players figure it out as we go. And it's more like a player-led team. It's like, you know what, if this y'all leader, this needs to be the guy that sets the example all the time. That's it.
All right, well let's touch on that leadership aspect. As a quarterback, a lot of people look at quarterbacks as kind of like the head of whatever the team, the leader. Some people look at it like that. What is your style as a leader? Are you more vocal, or you lead by example?
No, me, I actually prefer to lead by example because it's more like I don't like talking a lot. I'm not really a talkative guy when it comes down to it, but kind of what needs to be done and what's expected now, I'm more working on the vocal leadership thing because when I do speak, most of the time people that are quiet, when they do say something, people tend to listen because it's like, he don't really say too much. So it's like, all right, cool. Let me just try to connect with guys, get on the same page as them and learn how to, talk to everybody because you can't talk to everybody the same way. Sometimes you might have to cheer this person up. Sometimes you might have to be a little more stern on this person. So it's just learning the different aspects of it.
Yeah, and you made a really good point. A lot of times, if somebody's like really vocal and they always hollering and screaming, it kind of get lost in the shuffle. You can tune that guy out because you know that he just doing what he do. He not really making points, but when the quiet dude step up and say something, it can shut a room down. Because nobody don't expect him to say something. If you got to kind of get everybody straight, get everybody heads on straight. Sometimes when you can do that, when you're not a big talker, that can kind of really resonate with a room.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of talk about. I know last season, didn't go, the way you guys wanted it, but last season was your first opportunity to really lead the team as the quarterback. How hard was it for you to have to wait your turn behind guys like Jalen Morton and Jawan Pass?
It wasn't really hard. It's more like as you do start to mature and everything and go through more things in life, it's more like, you know what, it just wasn't my time at that point in time. And, I could have said I was ready years ago and I was ready my sophomore year or freshman year, but hey, I might have not been ready. It might have not been God's timing at that thing. So it's more like, you know what, be patient because I don't want to rush into it and I don't need to rush into it. So once I did get my opportunity, I was definitely grateful of it. I was like, you know what, I can do a little something. But guess what? We didn't finish the goal. We didn't finish what we, kind of what we intended to do. So it's more like, you know what, we need to refocus, start everything over, listen to this, make these adjustments. So this year we don't go through the same thing.
So being in that situation behind guys, I know a lot of guys, they don't want to, wait their turn. They don't want to kind of go through the adversity. Was leaving, hitting the portal, was there anything that crossed your mind at that time?
Oh no, that really was never on my mind. I didn't even attempt to leave PV because it was the bonds that I built with the people here. So, football, if that's all you came for, then that's all you're here for. But when you come here and it's my guys like Kobe Lewis and Bernard, he was here at the time. It's a lot of people that you actually bond with that, you talk to outside of football that you chill with. Y'all might go bowling. Y'all might go to the movies as homies. So it's just like, hey, these still my guys at the end of the day. I'm not about to throw all of that away just to go leave and start over somewhere else. It didn't make sense to me personally.
Well, yeah, I understand. And one thing I always say, when guys leave, you're not guaranteed anything anywhere else you go. You never know, what another place is like, what the depth chart is like. You don't know what opportunity is like. So sometimes you run from one spot to another and still in the same situation. So I think it works out better for a guy to put in the work and be rewarded for it. Whether it's in a year or two. I think that helps a lot. So jumping back to last season, were there any games or anything that stood out to you?
Any games as far as like what aspect of the game?
Like any game you felt like you just you kind of had you had a good game or a game that you really enjoyed playing in.
I always enjoy playing like the Grambling games and the Texas Southern because Andrew Body, that's my guy right there. That's my guy. That's like bro right there. So I enjoy playing against him, and he is good. He's really good in the conference for sure. But if he went anywhere in the world, he'd be good. So I enjoy stuff like that. Playing against Grambling. Grambling is a great team. Love playing against Grambling, and then I actually get to go back home, like going back to Dallas and just being in the city. I love that feeling. I love the feeling, and it's just like you know what? I don't know. It makes me like another level of happy just to be there. When we play against Southern and Alcorn, it's always hostile, always. And I like playing in hostile environments and stuff. Granted, Southern came here, they beat us, understandable. Alcorn came here, they beat us, understandable. But the Alcorn game was more of like it was more of the most physical games that I've been a part of because I ain't gonna fake to you. Them boys don't lay down. They don't never lay down. They grind it out every second of the game. Them in Mississippi Valley, they go grind it out every second of the game. So I like playing in games like that. Love it.
Yeah, I know as a fan watching Alcorn play, you know that your guys been through it because they get a little extra when they, no matter who it is they play, you have to be able to kind of withstand whatever they bring to you, and that's always been their style. So with them being in the West, that kind of makes it even more tougher. Last season, you guys ran the ball a lot. You were you kind of like a three-headed monster. A lot of people don't necessarily know your strengths as a passer. Do you feel like this season you have to do a little bit more to show people that you are an efficient passer?
I mean, honestly, I don't want it to come off as bad or anything, but I'm really not trying to show anybody else like, oh, I can throw the ball. I know I can. We know I can just here at PV. So that's really all I care about. So if we do, pass the ball a little bit more, that's fine. Don't have a problem with it. We'll throw the ball where we want to, when we want to, honestly. But as far as running the ball, I mean, we just kept it, hey, whatever they gave us. If they let us run the ball, we'll go run the ball. If they want us to pass the ball, that's fine. We can pass the ball too. So it's just basically picking your poison, as my dad would say.
Well, when you got a quarterback that can rip off 70-yard runs, that definitely enhances the offense. How does it feel to have a back like Caleb Johnson join the team?
Man, I ain't gonna fake. Caleb's shifty. Caleb is shifty. He got a nice little jump cut. Hey, he can get up. He got a couple of burners on him. He can't beat me yet, but he got some burners on him. I kind of like being around Caleb. He a dude that always has good energy. He always comes out there every day ready to play. It's just this is what he loves. This is the passion for him. But then you still got other guys on the team as well. Like you got Ahmad Antoine. Ahmad, he go run that ball. He go run the ball hard. You still got what's his name? You still got Chunky. I don't even know about Chunky though, so I ain't gonna say too much about him. We got a long depth chart running backs that y'all don't know.
You can't call somebody chunky and then not tell me who they are, man. You ain't got to tell me none of their skills or nothing. I just need to know a name so I can.
I can't tell you all that. You just got to keep away from everywhere. Come on now.
All right, so hey, I'll find out when I find out, man. I'm definitely gonna be watching every game, so I'll find out. I know. But hey, I guess you gotta have some kind of weapon to throw on people, keep them from, you never know who listening. They might find something to pick up on. how is it playing in the SWAC? I know a lot of people say it's a lot of talking, it's really intense. You know, every game is kind of like a big game. How do you feel about playing in the SWAC? How is it?
Every game is a big game because if you think about it, a lot of these coaches have been on the same coaching staff at any point in time. So it could have been from the early 2000s or anything. So they all pretty much know each other. You know the tendencies that you go out there and see. And then I know a lot of people kind of look at the SWAC and they kind of see it as a lesser division. It's talented people in the SWAC at every position. It's talent out here. So you're not just going out there just playing slouches or nothing. No, you playing dudes that's hungry. So I like the environments like that. I like the fans going to different stadiums, and the fans don't like you. I like stuff like that. Like the SWAC is where it's at.
Oh yeah, you know the fans everywhere. They you know nobody's hesitant to let you know that how they feel about you when you got the opposite color on. So it's always a tough affair. Is there anywhere on the road that you like to play at?
Southern and Alcorn. I love playing at Southern and Alcorn. I like playing at Southern because I'm telling you, you know that the people there don't like you. Like when you walking up from the like little school that they usually have you in, it's like right there at the beginning of the campus. All the people kind of just be lined up. You know, they kind of be tailgating outside of there. They trying to scare you. You know.
All right, we lost him. See, we gotta get it. See, can we get him back?
All right. Is that better?
All right. Yeah, you good.
Right. Yeah, but oh wow. All right, my phone tripping a little bit. But yeah, they definitely try to scare you and everything like that. And it don't really work. It's just like they little tactic or they little habits. And then going to Alcorn, you get out there and it's like it's the players, it's the coaches, you can really feel that they don't like you. You can feel the tension in the air. So it's like, yeah, I like going to places like that because it kind of make you play harder. It make you be on your P's and Q's. You got to pay attention to everything. You need to be together as a team because if you're not together as a team, it's gonna show, and it's gonna show every time.
Well, I'll say this: I'm one of those Southern people, so you know, I'm always, I'm always trying to, you know, I walk past the you know, where the visitor locker room at on my way to the stadium. I always try to be nice to guys, man, you know, but you know, you gotta talk a little bit, you know. It's all, you know, some people, you know, they try to intimidate, but I like to have a little fun with the guys. So I definitely see y'all in Mumford this year. So you know, hopefully y'all don't do us like y'all did us the last time y'all came to Baton Rouge. So that was not pretty. Let's see where. So do you have any goals for this upcoming season?
My only goal is I just want to win. I don't have personal goals as far as passing numbers or receiving numbers. Sometimes I kind of look at that stuff as selfish. I just want to win. So whatever it takes to win, that's all I want to do. If it's winning by a lot, which is our standard, that's what I want to do. I don't want to be playing around with teams. I don't like playing around with teams, you know, just making close games. Do what we need to do. Take care of business. That's it. On to the next week.
Yeah, I think, you know, 1-0 each week. I think that's, you know, that's the best way to approach it. Is there anything that you do before a game that kind of get you motivated or get you going?
I be dancing. I dance a lot. So I put on my headphones. I might listen to it depends on the mood for like the week and everything like that. So what I do is throughout the week, before like every game, I'm pretty much kind of listening to an artist. So if I have my best day of practice on Monday, I'm gonna listen to the same guy the rest of the week. So by the time it gets to Saturday, that's all I can listen to. That's like my little habit. And me, I like Babyface Ray. I know everybody don't know who he is, but I like Babyface Ray. Or I might listen to Uzi. It depends, but I'm kind of like getting away from Uzi because I feel like when I listen to him, I think so fast and I kind of make decisions like brashly. So I kind of got away from him. But I listen to more smoother music. I might listen to a little bit of like me myself. I'm a Biggie fan. Tupac. I like Tupac. I always hear I look like Tupac, but it's more like a Biggie thing because he's real smooth. So I like that.
Well, you can't go wrong with that. That's my era of music right there. So you can't go wrong with that. You know, You got a little something, to hype you up, a little something to calm you down. You kind of had a little bit of everything. So I'm definitely a Biggie guy. Let's kind of jump off the field a little bit because I like to get the viewers the opportunity to kind of know who you guys are away from football. Is there anything that you like to do when you're not playing football?
I like to cut hair. That's my passion. That's what my dad taught me since I was 14. He pretty much taught me like, hey, cut hair is something that you should do. And I like drawing. I'm very artistic. So I mean, if it was a portrait or anything like that, I can draw a human portrait. No problem. I don't need the reference points and all of that because I've never been that type of artist. I've always been like a freehand artist. All I just need is to sketch it a little bit. After I get to sketching, erasing, sketch it again. Let me see what this look like. I pretty much do everything by eye. But cutting hair is my thing. Cutting hair is like, I don't know, it's just something that makes me feel happy. I turn on a little bit of music, people come in, I cut hair, it always look good. And then it's always the thing of like, after somebody get a haircut, you know, I know it's like a younger thing, but dudes be acting real light skinned all of a sudden. They all in the mirror, now they gotta go post it on Instagram, Snapchat or whatever. It's just funny, but it's just like, it's a confidence booster. So that's what I like doing.
Well, as cutting somebody's hair, that's the reaction you want. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody to feel like they own it now, because you don't want nobody to get a haircut and put a hat on and walk out. That's not a good look. But you always get that little extra boost when you get a haircut, man. I don't know what it is about getting fresh. It can turn a bad day into a good day, man. You feel good, you look good. It kind of go hand in hand.
I ain't gonna lie to you, people get haircuts and now they all in Target, Walmart. That's how they just walking around. Everybody need to see their chop now. Funny.
Hey, you own it, man. So hey, they like to show it off. Hopefully they tell everybody who cut their hair so you can get a little shine yourself.
All they do is tag me. That's all they need to do. That's how I get my clientele. They tag me, they find me on the app. I just get more and more clientele. It's easy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, is there any food that you would like? You just got to have, like, you have a favorite food?
If I'm in Texas, it's Whataburger. It's definitely Whataburger. I need it. Or it can be Wingstop, but I usually eat Wingstop after the game. So after a win or something like that, I'm gonna get Whataburger or Wingstop. Or spaghetti. I might make a little spaghetti here. I can make a little fried chicken from time to time. I mean, I ain't the best chef. I ain't Chef Boyardee, but I can just a little something.
You can survive.
I could do more than survive. I could throw down a little bit in the kitchen. You ain't never got to worry about that. Just a little bit.
Hey. So when you go home, what you got to have when you go home? Like, what's that must have?
Whenever I go home, they make two pots of spaghetti, and they make like the big pots, because one pot is for the family. The other pot is only for me. Don't nobody else touch the other pot. So I'm gonna eat the whole other pot when I go home, and it's always like the first day that I get back. It's routine at this point.
That's a nice little tradition. Good food, good family, man. Do you have a favorite protein? The sport don't matter. It can be any.
Protein, I don't know, just whey protein, maybe a little vanilla. That's pretty much it. I'm not too much of a protein guy. I feel like Coach Leonard was my original strength and conditioning coach, and he was like, eat more like whole grain stuff. I mean, whole grain, wheats, potatoes, starches and stuff like that. So I feel like that's really what you should be eating, just a natural thing. I eat a lot of fruits and stuff like that, so that's good for you too.
Oh yeah, you gotta eat good, man. You take care of your body. You can be the best that you could be, because what they say, the best ability is availability. You don't want to miss too much time. Are you a movie guy? Do you like to watch movies or anything like that?
I can't watch a movie unless it's a scary movie. And sometimes even scary movies, I go to sleep on any movie in the world. I don't do movies at all. You put on a movie and I might be sleeping the next 10 minutes. And that's if I make it to the 10-minute mark. I might be sleeping 5 minutes.
Oh, I feel you on that. Like anytime we sit down and watch a movie at the house, I'm out. I'm out. It could be a movie I picked out to watch, and I'm done.
It could be anything.
Yeah,
like Insidious. I just went to the theaters to go watch Insidious. I ain't even make it to the 5-minute mark. I sat down. The cold air was blowing just right. Said, let me just sit back just a little bit. I went to sleep for a good about 15, 20 minutes. I woke up and I was like, what I missed? I ain't really missed too much of nothing. I was like, it's cool.
Now the movies I don't really fall asleep, but at home it's a wrap. Like yeah. I have no endurance for TV at home. I can make it be the point of my day, and I still fall asleep. So it just I just can't make it. Is there a player that you enjoy watching, like a pro player?
Aaron Rodgers. There's nothing that he can't do. There's no throw that he can't make. Nothing. He does everything. I love watching Aaron Rodgers. That's my second favorite quarterback behind Kyler Murray. And it's just because I've seen Kyler Murray in person. That's a wizard. Kyler Murray has done everything, especially at the high school level. Then he went up to college, did the same things at Oklahoma. And I was like, bro, this guy right here is a wizard, like Mr. Impossible. And I know right now it's kind of rocky for him in the league, but nah, he's definitely nice. And my third one was a guy that I worked out with today, and that was Case Keenum. But Case Keenum, I know people might be like, oh, Case Keenum, why him? Just sometimes getting to talk to these people in person, it makes you like them even more. Because, like, man, this is a relatable guy. Like, I can relate to him on, like, his life story and everything like that. So it was pretty fire. Talking to him, asking questions, getting new knowledge. It was like, yeah, I like him. So Case Keenum is my third favorite quarterback now.
Well, you can't. I mean, in college, Case Keenum was a beast. NFL. Everybody NFL career doesn't always go necessarily like you wanted, but you cannot deny that the guy could play quarterback. That was not, that definitely could not be denied. How do you feel Aaron Rodgers is going to do with the Jets this year?
Man, I ain't gonna fake to you. He got Garrett Wilson. I've been liking Garrett Wilson since Garrett was in high school. Garrett Wilson just had over 1,000 yards. I think he was Rookie of the Year. You give him weapons, I don't want to say he go win Super Bowl, but he might win. He might get close to it. It's just first year though. They got Quentin Williams on defense, Sauce Gardner. They got a squad.
Yeah, they putting together a little something. They drafted kind of well. The Jets are always gonna be that kind of team that every so often they're gonna pop up with a squad. So you never know in the East. The East is opportunities are there. So we'll see. But coming out of Dallas, man, I know a lot of people from Dallas, and most of the people I know from Dallas don't like the Cowboys. Are you the same way?
I like the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys. I just don't like the 49ers. I just want my dad to say, I don't like the 49ers. I hate the 49ers. I'm a Cowboys guy, so growing up in Louisiana as a Cowboys fan, it was great for a while. It's been rough lately, but my sister and a lot of my friends are from New Orleans, and they moved to Dallas, and they Saints people, so it's like I got to hear that all the time. So I always, and anytime I say I like Dallas, people always look at me funny. So I definitely understand that. I don't like the Saints as well, but it's just the 49ers they just stick out to another level. Oh, and Pittsburgh Steelers fans, Lord, I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
Yeah, I mean the 49ers, knocked Dallas out of the playoffs 2 years in a row. That never sits right with me. I just, and I know some 49ers fans, and I feel you on that. I'm gonna step away from that because I can. Do you have anything that you like to promote, socials or anything like that?
Pretty much just my Twitter. That's Connley Trey, Connley Tra, or maybe my Instagram, Trey.faded, Tra.faded. That's pretty much it. I don't really promote too much of the stuff.
All right. So is there anything, we're going to go ahead and start to wrap this thing on up. Definitely appreciate you stopping by and talking with us. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the fans out there?
Hey, it don't matter if you a PV fan or if you're not a PV fan. Just come out and support a SWAC team. If you are a PV fan, just come to the games. Just chop it up with us. We real cool people. Just come out there and just talk to us. That's all we wanted. A little bit of attendance and all that stuff. Shoot, travel to some of these other teams. Travel out there to Southern for sure. Please travel to Southern. Travel to Alcorn too. Please travel to them games right there. Like it's definitely gonna be worth it. It's definitely gonna be worth it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna come to that Alcorn game, man. I'm gonna try to make that trip up there, and I'm gonna sit on the Prairie View side, so y'all will have at least one extra supporter over there. And I'm rocking with y'all in the Labor Day Classic too, so just throwing it out there.
Okay.
All right, man. So like I said, I'd like to thank you for joining us, man. And anytime you want to come through, maybe after the season or whatever, we can link up again. So I definitely appreciate you joining us today, and we'll catch you again.
All right, thank you.
All right. So everybody, that's gonna do it for our show today. We'll be back tomorrow with we'll be back tomorrow with our FAMU preview and SWAC Smoke coming at you live on Thursday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. So with that being said, I'm your tour guide around the SWAC signing out, and we'll catch y'all on the rebound.